Have you ever thought that sometimes people say one thing but mean another? Okay. Imagine if you could understand the meaning behind what people were really saying in the words. Now, women generally are better than this than men. Let me give you an example of this. Once you learn this science, you'll never SMS the same way again. You'll be reading your little phone going, okay, but what was really said? Have I got any guys in the room that have ever done something, you don't know what you did, you said to your wife, what'd you do wrong? And she's gone, nothing. And you're going, well, what's wrong? She's gone, nothing. You should know. And you're thinking, shit, what did I do? Right? Right? And then you get the silent treatment for 2 days. Then you get the silent treatment. And then because you don't react to the silent treatment, then she starts banging stuff. Real loud, banging the cupboard doors. But any smart guy knows the way to get around that is you put on headphones, listen to AC/DC real loud and pretend like you can't hear the banging doors. But, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to teach you the science and then I'm going to teach you all the foils. Which means that there'll be some people who came together who probably won't be going home together. I'll give you an example. This is a classic example of what we're talking about. Now the funny thing is, I'm going to tell you this, the women will totally get it. The guys totally won't. You got this really girl, she's real keen on you. Sends you a text. What a day I'm having. The guy goes, okay. A couple of hours later, she sends you one and says, I miss you. The guy goes, she's missing me. Then she sends one later in the afternoon and says, babe, is your phone broken? And the guy goes, no, babe, I've checked, it's working fine. And she goes, you're such an ass. And the guy goes, what did I do wrong? She goes, nothing. And if you don't know, I'm not telling you. Okay. Let's look at this another way. Let's start getting under this science. When she sent the first text, says, what a day I'm having. What's she really saying and what's she really expecting you to do? You're meant to say, really? What sort of a day are you having? Right? Really? Or I'm having a bad day too. I'm having a good day too. What she's actually doing is she's building a rapport. Remember, women build relationships through talking. Men solve problems and give direction with speech. So what a man will do, if a woman speaks to him, he thinks he has to solve a problem. So a man is always looking for a problem to solve. But a woman, when she talks, she bonds through talking. A guy doesn't bond through talking. Look at two men going fishing. They'll sit there for 8 hours. The guy goes, beer? 8 hours later, they said, mate, without my mate, they're best mates. We've been mates for 30 years. Wouldn't go out with anybody else. They said one word the whole day, beer. Right? A woman will sit there the whole day and go, how could you sit with somebody for 8 hours and say nothing? Where a woman will be going, hey, look at fish, I've got lots of fish and lines. Look at the colour of the boat. Look at the colour. Because women will bond and communicate through speech. Men don't. Men only give instruction through speech or solve problems. So like a woman will go, I was out with my girlfriend today and she was doing this and she's done this and this and this and blah, 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 blah. And I can't believe she's done blah, 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 blah. Now, she's just chatting. She's building a communication nest with the guy. The guy just go, well, just piss her off then. Well, she's going, I don't want to get rid of my girlfriend. You don't understand. What do you mean you don't understand? Well, I say, blah, 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 I'll find a friend. I'll get rid of her. And so she doesn't want you to tell her to get rid of a friend. And the guy's thinking, well, geez, I've just solved the problem. Now she's angry at me. So... Okay, so we're going to unearth all this stuff, and I've got a whole bunch of exercises. We're going to start today. We may not finish on this today, but it's an incredibly powerful science. When you get this, it's incredibly great. You can sit in restaurants all night and think, how can I craft the conversation so the other person comes up with the idea that they insist on buying me dinner? And then you find you haven't listened to anything the person said the entire night. All you do is you're structuring all your sentence structures all the way through. So eventually they'll come up with an idea and go, would you mind if I buy you a dinner? Now here's the deal, when they do that, you go, you sure? They only ever say you sure once, never say it twice. Remember, see, most people, they go, you sure? They go, no, I'll pay for it. But then they expect you to go, no, look, it's okay. And then they go, okay. So here's what happens. You only go, you sure once. Right, so you go, sure? They go, no, it's okay. And you go, okay, thank you. And they go, but you meant to say sure a second time. You meant to say they can pull it back. And they go, oh, yeah, well, okay. So when you get this, you have a lot of fun with it. You go, you sure? No, it's my turn. They go, no, it's okay. And you go, okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. And they go, how did I get just stuck with the bill? So, okay, let's have a look at this. What meta-language is? Meta-language is, we looked at the craft of the words that he used, and then The actual words have lots of very hidden meanings. We have what's called one-word meta-language. We have a multiple-word meta-language. We have certain words that they sell as triggers of what all the meanings were for the words that just came before this trigger word. Then there are other trigger words that will actually tell us what the meanings are for the words coming ahead. Forget of what the words they actually use. It's the science of what was really said. It's like the shadow of the word. Example might be one of the words, I'm going to give you an example of here because we're going to do some exercises in a minute, is there are certain trigger words that when they're used, you know instantly that you can't believe what comes after them. For instance, one of the words is, you guys, this is not, one of the words might be, you know, whenever it says, listen, I want you to know something, you can trust me. Now, as soon as someone says that to you, what goes through your mind? Can't trust them, right? It's a trigger word. So there's some others. I want you to think about this. Someone says to you, go lie in bed, and you go, I want you to think about how you feel about this. Babe, I love you. Or babe, I honestly love you. And as soon as you use the word honestly, what do you reckon the person actually thinks? No, you don't. He doesn't. Yeah. They will doubt the fact that you put in honest. Because as soon as you say you're honest, their brain goes, so what you're saying to me all the other times you've been dishonest. Right? So, allow me to be quite frank. You mean you haven't been frank with me in the past? So what happens is, there are certain trigger words that when you start to know these, you'll start to hear them in people's speech patterns, and you'll start to listen what comes before the word and what comes after the word, and you'll actually see these trigger words on one word meta language sets up what's really being said.